The Wynford Royals and the New London Wildcats. Hi again, everybody. Along with Jim Bauer, this is Tony Santana. Good to have you along with us tonight for this ball game between two Division III powerhouses. Wynford, of course, 20-2. New London, 17-5. The Royals have been here before, Jim. They know what to expect in terms of what kind of performance they're going to need tonight to pull this one out. New London got knocked off last year by Edison, didn't reach the districts. Surprised a little bit of people, but they're here this year. What are your expectations tonight?
Right, Tony, and over the years, New London has turned out pretty good ball clubs for their conference. Thinking back in 1975, Wynford played them, so this will be the second meeting between the two teams. We look for an up-tempo game tonight, Tony. New London likes to run with it, as do the Royals. They rely heavily on Mike Sunderman. So look for the Royals to play some kind of a special defense to start out with, perhaps a box and one, and maybe putting the best player on Sunderman. Look for an up-tempo game, as we said, and I think the Royals had a fairly easy time last week in the sectional, so I think they've got to come out a little bit more emotionally charged tonight, and especially get the inside game going.
Well, looking at the two rosters, the Royals certainly have a height advantage over the Wildcats, and look for them to try to pound the ball inside to the low post, and on New London's side, as you said, Sunderman is one key that they'll have to key on defensively, and also another player will be Mike Abfall, a 6'1" senior, and he averages 14 points a game, Sunderman at 16, so they have a pretty good inside-outside combination in Sunderman and Abfall. And the Royals, of course, led by Mike McGuire, 29 points a game, the Northwest Ohio District Player of the Year in Division III. And Mike under the weather a little bit this week, so we'll have to see how much he can play. Normally, he likes to play 32 minutes a ball game, though.
Right. We talked with him yesterday, and he had the flu. I think he was out Tuesday and came back Wednesday afternoon, missed one day of practice, and just looked a little peaked. So we'll see. Maybe Coach Sheldon might have to give him a minute break here and there around the quarter mark, but other than that, they appear to be pretty healthy, and we look for an excellent ball game tonight.
One thing the Royals are concerned with is the transition game of the Wildcats. They like to get out and run, especially on the break, and one way to beat the break is to make the basket and deny that break and set up some type of pressure in the full court.
That's right, and Wynford, of course, is noted for their full court press. More or less the last couple of weeks, they've played a 3/4 full court press, more of a containment type, and they'll probably try to do that throughout the whole game tonight. And if they come out with some odd defense like a box and one, look for them to go back then into somewhat of a zone defense.
Rob Sheldon, one of the masters of the junk defenses, we'll probably see plenty tonight, and that's what they hope to do, is try to throw off the Wildcats, keep them out of their momentum, and hopefully outrun them tonight. And we're just a few minutes away from the opening tip-off and the starting lineup, so tonight's ball game on TV 54 is being brought to you by Bucyrus First Federal Savings and Loan, the L.C. Epley Insurance Company, Struble Drugs of Bucyrus and New Washington, Jane F. Construction, the Wise Funeral Home, Hout's Carpet Outlet, Mansfield Typewriter, Farmer Citizens Bank, Newman and Pliable Insurance, Pizza Hut of Bucyrus, Gallion, Marion, Upper Sandusky, and Tiffin, Eye Care Optiques, Country Star Co-op, Parcels Frame and Axle Service, Cal's Lawn and Recreation, Geyer's Market, Beaver Office Supply, Bill's TV and Appliance, Kime Lumber Company, Julie's Restaurant, and Joe Williams Chevrolet. And we want to thank all those sponsors for bringing Wynford basketball on TV 54. And as far as Wynford goes, we go with them, and we appreciate their support, without whose help we wouldn't be able to bring you tonight's game. Now the opener between Huron and New London, well, I should say the district championship game, at least half of it is all set. It'll be the Huron Tigers for the second straight year as they down the Ontario Warriors 84-16 in a rather impressive game by the Tigers, and especially the big guy, 6'7" senior Jim Springer. So we'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip-off after we take this time out. Division III district semifinal matchup between Wynford and New London. Right now, the introduction of the starting lineup. For the Royals, of course, Mike McGuire, 29 points a game. Matt Johnson runs the show, the point guard, 5'11" senior, averaging 6 points. Rodney Noblet, one of the tri-captains, number 23, 14 points a game for Rodney. Phil Crosso, a 6'5" senior, 43, and Shane Grove, a 6'2" senior, averaging 11 points a game, is Shane Grove. This is a very experienced ball club, senior dominated. And now for Tom Ivo's New London Wildcats, Mark Sunderman. a 5'8 sophomore.
Number 34,
Justin Long, 6'1 junior, number 34.
Senior, try captain, number 22, John Ackerman.
John Ackerman, a 6'1 senior, wearing number 22.
Senior, try captain, number 40, Mike Apfall.
Mike Apfall, a 6'2 senior.
Position, a 6'28 senior, number 32, Mike Sunderman.
And there's Mike Sunderman averaging 16 points a game. Jim, this unusual about the Wildcats is the fact that they have 3 pairs of brothers on the team.
That's very, very unusual, Tony. Apparently they must have a close close-knit community with that many people from the same family working.
Well, who are our officials tonight, Jim?
Hey, as we look at the officials there, the one with the basketball is Sam Sorowski, and the other one is Andy Balboa, and they come out of the Toledo Association. They said they hit a nice storm up there before they left this evening.
The Wildcats, the home team in white. The Royals traveling blue tonight. At center court, it is Phil Crosso, and he'll jump with Mike Apfall. We're just about set. Huron has already advanced into the district championship game, 84-69 over Ontario. Here we go with game number 2, tip controlled by the Wildcats. And that is Mark Sunderman. Back to Apfall, back to Mark Sunderman. Looking at a box and one as they key on Sunderman. Inside and up and in is number 22, John Ackerman, for the first 2 points of the ball game.
New London starts out with a 2-2-1 full court zone press.
Johnson gets it past the timeline to McGuire, goes baseline, up and in. Nice move by Mike McGuire.
And that time the Wildcats dropped back into a 2-3 zone, and McGuire had no trouble driving the left baseline of it.
And that's bad against the zone, isn't it, Jim?
That's right. The zone should hurt them on that.
Ackerman back the other way, hits for 2 more. He's got 4. 4-2, New London with that 2-point lead early on, just underway here, as a matter of fact, from Willard High School. McGuire from the left corner. That's off the mark. Crosso keeps it alive. Shane Grove now, strong move. That won't go. Last touch by New London, so Wynford gets a break underneath their own basket, and there's that inside domination. Now all they need to do is get those shots to fall.
That's true. They need to hit a couple here in the early stages to build their confidence up.
McGuire will inbound it to Rodney Noblet in the corner, back out to Johnson. Out front to McGuire. Noblet playing the passing game out front right now as they look at that 2-3. Surprised that New London is not doing anything special for McGuire. He drives, sealed off nicely by the Cats. Inside they go, and it's knocked away. And we have a foul inside. That may be on Apfall. That's who it is. Mike Apfall with his first foul. Team's first here in the opening quarter. 6:42, 4-2, New London on top by 2. McGuire to Rodney Nowlett. Johnson. There's Noblet for 3. He's got it. Royals showed good patience here on offense, played for the good shot, and they got it. They got a 1-point lead now. Back the other way. And that shot is way off the mark by Apfall.
Good hustle there with the Wildcats picking up the loose ball.
Sunderman for 3 at the front of the rim, and it's kept alive once again. Blocked by Crosso, and Grover is going to get called for the walk after calling that rebound.
Grover handled the rebound well that time. He was off balance, and he did travel with the ball. And we'll see what the Wildcats set up in their out-of-bounds play against the Royals box and one zone.
They get into Mike Sunderman. There's Mark Sunderman for 3. He's got it.
And boy, Tony, those Wildcats certainly aren't bashful about shooting the basketball here this evening.
7-5, they lead by 2. Johnson dribbles through traffic, puts it up in the lane, rolls around, and comes out. It's Apfall with a rebound. And now he gets it into the hands of Mark Sunderman, who will bring it up the floor. There's Mike Sunderman from the left corner. We got a foul on Shane Grove after the shot. No, they're going to say it was during the shot, so Sunderman's going to go to the free throw line shooting 2. I missed that one, Jim.
I did too. There must have been body contact that we missed. We're up here fairly high, and the official probably has a better viewpoint than we do.
Mike Sunderman to the free throw line.
So Mike Sunderman, a 6'2 senior, averaging 17 points a game, steps to the free throw line. He'll get a pair. makes them both 9-5.
Again, you
New
can
London
see,
with a 4-point lead.
Again, you can see the containment type zone press of the Wildcats.
Crosso in the center, throws it away. Grover tries to get it back. Here comes Sunderman from 14, and it's an 11-5 lead for New London. Sunderman with 4 points. Here come the Royals. McGuire off the mark, and a foul on Grover. That's number 2.
Coach Sheldon may have to go to his bench a little earlier tonight than he anticipated. Imagine Raymond Greening or Rob Gregory will come in for Grove.
Here comes Rob Gregory off the bench. Shane Grove will have a seat. 11-5, New London with a 6-point lead. This is looking very similar to last year's district opener with the Royals and Edison. Here comes a steal by the Royals, though. McGuire misses a shot in the lane, and Mack struggling a little bit here early on. Sunderman dribbles through his legs, goes right side, and Babcock misses a shot. But there's Abfall with a rebound.
Coach Sheldon might want a timeout here earlier, or maybe an adjustment here.
13-5, New London with that 8-point lead. Rodney Noblet, backdoor to Crosso. Blocked by Sunderman. And here come the Cats pushing it up the floor. Blocked by Gregory, but they're going to call him for the foul. Boy, I missed that one.
I think Coach Sheldon now will want a timeout and talk things over.
He does call one. 4:36 remaining in the first quarter. Wildcat fans are up on their feet, as well they should be. They lead by 8. Welcome back to Willard Gymnasium for the Division III District Semifinal matchup. New London and Wynford right now. The Wildcats with an 8-point lead. And Mike Sunderman at the free throw line. He'll shoot a pair.
To the free throw line for 2 shots.
Tony, there at the break we talked, it looked like the Wildcats started out with a little bit more intensity than the Royals did.
Long way to go in this ballgame, however. 4:36. And Sunderman splits the pair to make it a 14-5 ball game. Now Wynford against that 2-2-1. McGuire back to Johnson, back to McGuire from the corner. That rolls around and comes out, and that's not a good sign when Mack isn't hitting. Abfall with the rebound. Here comes Mark Sunderman. Mike Sunderman at the top. 22 is John Ackerman. They drive in the lane, and Sunderman's got another 2.
I think the difference there, Tony, is that the guard, Matt Johnson, is a couple inches shorter than Sunderman.
Now they call Matt Johnson with an offensive foul. That's number 4 team foul on the Royals. Number 1 on Matt.
Foul was on Matt Johnson, his first 4th team foul on the Royals.
Mike Sunderman with it. Still with that boxing 1. There goes Sunderman again along the baseline. He's got 2 more.
Sunderman appears to be too tall and too quick for Matt Johnson on the boxing 1.
18-5, a 13-point lead. Gregory to Crosso. Back to Gregory for 3. That's no good, and here come the Wildcats, and Crosso with a foul out front. And that'll be number 5 team foul. So already the Wildcats with 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
I believe the Royals are going to take another timeout.
An 18-5 lead, and this one is looking like a rout early. We'll be back. On the bench, and a look of concern as New London has a 13-point lead. At the free throw line is Justin Long.
Justin Long to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1.
Rolls around, ball is knocked, and it's right to New London. Boy, they're getting all the breaks. John Ackerman with a 6-point of the quarter. 20-5, a 15-point lead. Royals in trouble here early. McGuire back to Johnson. Now Rodney Noblet penetrates. Back out to McGuire. He got away with a double dribble there, it looked like. We got a foul out front. That's going to be on Justin Long. That's his first, team second for the Cats.
Wildcats, Tony, are really hustling on their 2-3 zone. They're making the Royals wait just a little bit on their shots.
Rob Gregory checks in for the Royals.
Ray Greenick comes in for the Royals.
Second team foul.
Rodney Novlitz to Johnson. McGuire. Rodney's going to get called for the walk. (20-5), New London with the lead and the ball. 2:46 to go in the opening quarter. I always see the Royals pick them up man to man. And the turnaround in the paint is off the mark. Here comes McGuire. Pushes it up the floor. To Johnson from the left wing. Rolls around, comes out, and the rebound controlled by New London. It was Mike Abfall. Long pass ahead to Mark Sunderman. In the lane to Abkop. That's no good. Sunderman with it, and he puts it in. Mark Sunderman has 5.
The Royals are getting outplayed, really, and out-hustled in every phase of the game so far this evening.
Crosso with a jumper along the baseline. That breaks a long dry spell. We got a foul on McGuire. And that'll put Justin Long back at the free throw line for 1-1.
Mike McGuire just a little slow from his position on the press there. And when you play, Tony, when you play a box and one, it's pretty tough to play a press with it.
An 18-point run by the Wildcats, and the Royals finally break it, 22-7. They trail by 15. Justin Long with his first point of the ballgame. He'll get another one here. Makes them both. Back up to a 17-point lead. Well, Jim, this is about the worst we've seen the Royals play all season long. McGuire for 3. That won't go. Ray Greenick. That won't go. Ball knocked around. Johnson. Finally, the third attempt goes. Matt Johnson with his first 2 points. Back the other way. Greenick with a block. But it's chased down by the Wildcats. Now Sunderman. And a foul on Greenick as a strong move by John Ackerman sends him to the free throw line. Phil Crosso is back in the ballgame for Ray Greenick.
Foul was on Ray Greenick. His first.
Tony, appears that the Royals are out of sync, so to speak, at both ends of the floor, both offensively and defensively. They're not coordinated well enough yet on offense, and they're hurting on defense.
Well, they're certainly letting the smaller Wildcats control the boards, and that just shouldn't be happening.
Wildcats will stay in the 1-1 the rest of this quarter, plus all the second quarter.
26-9, and from all indications, they're a pretty good shooting free throw shooting team. Rodney Novlitz to Johnson. McGuire. And he is fouled from behind by Ackerman. He'll go to the free throw line shooting 2.
Foul on John Ackerman, his first. Third team foul.
That's a third team foul on the Wildcats. McGuire with only 2 points.
For 2 shots.
Looking for his third and fourth here. Makes them both. Makes it a 15-point ball game, 26-11. New London with that 15-point lead. Mark Sunderman dribbles through the traffic. And there's a shot off the mark by Ackerman. Royals pushing up the floor as McGuire. Inside to Grove. Strong move to the hole. Nice job by Shane Grove.
That's the inside game that we've been looking for.
13-26. Here comes Sunderman, dribbles through traffic. Tried to go inside, it wasn't there, and it's stripped away. Crosso has it into the hands of Rodney Noblet. 13-point lead for the Cats. Make it 11 as Johnson hits from the left corner. Johnson's got 4. Now we're seeing the Royals play a little bit up to their level. Sunderman inside, turnaround off the glass. McGuire with another rebound. Takes it himself, up and in along the baseline. Back the other way, and they didn't beat the defense, but we got a foul. No, it's a traveling call. 17-26. Royals trail by 9, but they have been on a run. McGuire's got 6. For 3. At the buzzer, it doesn't go, and the first quarter has come to an end here from Willard High School. A good one for the Wildcats of New London as they jump out to a 26-17 lead over the Wynford Royals, and Jim and I will be back after we take this timeout. Welcome back to Willard High School along with Jim Bauer. This is Tony Santana. Jim, it looked like the Royals woke up there in the later stages of the first quarter. A 10-2 run to make it a 9-point ball game. They still trail 26-17. But they'll have the ball to open up the second quarter.
And it couldn't have come any sooner for Coach Rob Sheldon's troops, as they certainly needed a shot in the arm like they had there. Looking at earlier, it looked like one of the reasons the Wildcats were successful is I think they were a little bit quicker than the Royals.
Backdoor play to Crosso, up and in. Phil's got 4, 19-26. Now the Cats, Mark Sunderman with it. And this man-to-man defense has been the difference so far in the first quarter, or in the first half. There's Sunderman up and in. He's got 11. Mike Sunderman.
The Wildcats,
28-19.
The Wildcats have been very active around the loose basketball on the floor and have picked up several of them here in the first half.
Now Matt Johnson, right side to Rodney Noblet. Back to Matt. McGuire with it on the left wing. Off the glass, no good, and it's Mike Sunderman with the rebound. Immediately looks up the floor as they try to get the transition game. Bad pass. Hit the referee in the top of the head. I love it. He tried to hit John Ackerman, but it was too far. Led him too much that time.
It's kind of a costly turnover for the Wildcats that time as they had an easy rebound.
Grover says he wants the ball. McGuire gives it to him too high. And it's stripped away by the Wildcats. Now Sunderman will slow it up to brother Mark. And there's Ackerman, goes to the hole, basket will count. Grover picks up foul number 3.
Well, that defensive assignment there of the Royals really was very poor. Crosso left his feet, and then Grover came over to pick him up and committed the foul, which was his 3rd. Very costly foul.
Basket was good by
John Ackerman, a 6'1 senior, had 8 points in the first quarter. He's got 10 now. Chance to make it 11 and put the Cats back up by 12, but he misses the free throw. Crosso with the rebound. Royals trail by 11 as Rob Gregory comes back into the ball game. Matt Johnson with it now. Noblet to Gregory from the corner. Off the mark, Crosso keeps it alive. Off the glass and in. Royals trail by 9. Mark Sunderman with it to Mike Sunderman across the timeline. Dribbles through his legs. Abfall back out to Sunderman. And a foul on Matt Johnson. That'll be number 2 on Matt. And Sunderman will go to the free throw line shooting 2.
I mean, looking at the Wildcats defense, first quarter, they've been very active on the front part of their zone, and they've really done a pretty good job of shutting down McGuire and Noblet. In the meantime, then Crosso and Grover should be open, and they have been.
Well, one problem with McGuire is he's just not hitting his shots. And Noblet just isn't taking any. He took one, a 3-pointer, and he made it.
Right, I think one reason for that is the Wildcats are picking them out a couple steps farther than they're used to.
32-21, back up to an 11-point lead for New London. 6 minutes to play in this first half. Division III district semifinal matchup. McGuire gets it to Roddy Noblet, spins around, backs to McGuire for three. You count that one. An 8-point game. New London 32-24 for Wynford. Mark Sunderman with it to Justin Long, who's now at the top of the key. Sunderman got by Noblet. He went for the overplay and it wasn't there. Good rebound by Rob Gregory.
Gregory checked out very, very well that time. Came up with a rebound.
McGuire for three more. That's no good. Long rebound. Ackerman stolen away by Matt Johnson. To Crosso. Missed the shot. Follows it up for two. Now New London turns it over back the other way. McGuire with it. Matt Johnson will set up the offense. 4:50 remaining in the first half. Johnson to Crosso. He's got two more. It's a big second quarter for Crosso. 8 points.
Coach Eibel of New London might want a timeout now.
They do. The Royals will be at the free throw line as there was a foul.
It was good by Bill Crosso. He was fouled by
Mike Sunderman picks up the personal, but New London wants to talk things over. The Royals have cut it to 4, 32-28, with a chance to make it 3. When we come back, Phil Crosso will be at the free throw line trying to convert on a 3-point play. We'll be back.
At former Citizens Bank, Joe Williams.
Well, you get a good shot of the Wynford Royals in their traveling blue jerseys tonight, and they trailed by a bunch, but now they have climbed back to pull to within 4. And Phil Crosso at the free throw line with a chance to make it a 3-point ball game. Crosso's got 8 in the second quarter. That's the kind of inside play that the Royals were hoping for at the beginning. Now they're getting it, and it is a 3-point ball game. 32-29. Sunderman to Justin Long. They double team out front. Sunderman at the free throw line puts it up. It's short, but it's kept alive, and that's no good. Avfall with it now. He'll put it up and in. 3 chances there for New London, and that's too many.
That's right. That time the Royals did a very poor job of boxing out.
Back to a 5-point lead. McGuire up, missed a shot. Crosso had it. And they're going to call him for climbing the back. I don't know about that one.
That's probably his second personal foul.
It is. Phil Grove is already saddled, or Shane Grove, I should say, saddled to the pine with 3. Now Crosso has 2. And at the free throw line is Mike Avfall.
See Coach Sheldon telling Crosso, think and use your head now because you've got 2 personals. We've already got 1 player on the bench.
4:16 remaining in the second quarter. New London 35, Wynford 29. Second one is off the mark. Oh, now what's the violation?
I believe Rob Gregory got into the lane too soon, made a violation, so it'll give the Wildcats another chance at the line.
And it's a repeat performance as Avfall misses that one too. 35-29. McGuire to Rodney Noblet in the corner. Drives in. Back out to Johnson, just inside the 3. He gets the home court bounce. 31-35. 4-point ball game. New London on top. Sunderman to Mark Sunderman to Justin Long. There's Sunderman for 3. It's off the mark. McGuire with the rebound. Being pestered in the backcourt. Pushes it up the floor himself. Crosso is open underneath. McGuire back to Rodney Noblet. And a kickball on the part of Mike Sunderman. So Royals keep it. They trail by 4.
It's like Coach Eibel had a pretty good scouting report on the Royals because they're really hounding Rodney Noblet all over the floor when they get down to the offensive end.
And Rodney penetrates, forces a shot, it goes, and he draws a foul.
A great offensive maneuver that time by Noblet. Got the New London Wildcat player up in the air and then continued on with his shot.
I believe it was Avball who picked up that personnel. That's number 2 on him. And now both teams in the bonus situation.
It was good by Rodney Noblet. He was fouled by Mike Avball.
Now we wonder, Tony, which team will run out of gas first tonight, the way they're going up and down the floor.
Well, we know what kind of bench Wynford has. We'll find out how strong the Cats are. Noblet with a 3-pointer. It's a 1-point ball game. Mark Sunderman inside and off the mark. Battle for the rebound. Rodney Noblet controls it to Matt Johnson. To Phil Crosso. Misses a shot, and it's controlled by Mike Sunderman. Rob Gregory nearly came up with a steal. Avball. Short jumper won't go. Crosso with the rebound. Ahead to McGuire. He's got a 3-on-2. Mack pulls up off the glass. There's the lead for the Royals. Good hustle by Rodney Noblet.
Yeah, he just about came up with a steal there.
Crosso, who has had a big first half, or second quarter, I should say, comes out. Now Sunderman with it in the middle to Avball, to Justin Long, back to Mike Sunderman. Playing the passing game as they trail by 1 now. For 3, that's Long. It is Long. Sunderman, there's an easy 2, but he got away with a walk. Nothing called. Avball with 2 points, and the referee was right there, Jim.
Took a quick stutter step there before he shot it.
McGuire for 3. That won't go. Avball with the rebound.
The Royals are a little slow in getting back on defense.
There's a 3-on-2. McGuire spins around. Blocked by Sunderman. Mack will chase it down and keep it alive. Rodney Noblet for 3. He's got it. Rodney with 8 in the second quarter. 39-37. Long is fouled by Rob Gregory. He'll go to the line shooting 2. (39-37). The Royals have taken a 2-point lead. We've got 1:39 remaining in the first half. And at the free throw line is Justin Long, a 6'1" junior.
Steve Gray into the game for Wynford.
McGuire is going to come out. He may still be a little bit weak, as we said at the onset, struggling with a flu all week.
I'm sure that's why Coach Sheldon pulled him out, because that's the first time I've seen him pull him out, I guess, this year under the circumstances like this. Well, at least you'll have a good minute and a half here, plus 10 at halftime.
Justin Long will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Long with 2 points on the night.
Now, the Royals need to, in the last minute and a half, just control the basketball. They've got 3 of their first 5 sitting on the bench before halftime, so all they need to do now is control the basketball.
12 points for New London from the free throw line tonight as they tie it up, 39 all. Royals got themselves in early foul trouble, dug a deep hole. They have managed to climb out. The ball game is tied with a minute and a half remaining in the first half. Matt Johnson, there's Noblet for 3. That's off the mark. Gregory, back up and in. Rob's first 2 points of the ball game, 41-39. There's Sunderman, Mark Sunderman. No, make that a new player in the ball game. Brad Copley with his first 2 points, 41-41. Johnson, Rodney Noblet, back to Johnson. Less than a minute to play. Rodney's shot is off the mark. Gregory again misses. Greenick had it, lost it. He's fouled. And it may be on Avball. If so, that'll be number 3. It is. So now we have 2 players in foul trouble. Mike Avball has 3 and Shane Grove has 3.
Tony, you mentioned the bench earlier, and that might be an important factor in this game tonight in the last quarter.
Rex Stover will check in for the Wildcats as Ray Greenick stands at the free throw line awaiting a pair of free throws.
1-1.
No, it's only going to be a 1-1. And Greenick gets them both. 43-41. Less than 40 seconds left. Long back out to Mike Sunderman. To Long. Sunderman. Long goes baseline, pulls up for the jumper, hits the rim, or hits the side of the basket, comes out. Matt Johnson, right side to Rodney Noblet, and he is hammered. Let's see who they call that one on. That's going to be on number 10, Brad Copley. Saved a bucket.
Foul was on Brad Copley, his first. Rodney Noblet to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Noblet makes them both. 45-41. Royals with a 4-point lead. They trailed by 9 at the first quarter. Less than 7. Long. The shot at the buzzer is good.
Basket by Brad Copley. And that's the end of the
First half has come to an end. New London, who had a big lead, 26-17 after 1, find themselves down by 2 as the Royals come back with a big second quarter. 45-43 at the break. Jim and I will be back with a first half of stats and the third quarter of action after we take this timeout. So the district semifinal matchup between a pair of Division III teams. Wynford 45, New London 43, first half scoring. Mike McGuire at 12, Rodney Noblet 12, Phil Crosso 11, Shane Grove 2, Matt Johnson 4, Rob Gregory 2, and Ray Greenick 2 for the Royals. And for the New London Wildcats, it was 13 points for Mike Sunderman. Mark Sunderman had 5, 4 points for Brad Copley, 7 for Mike Gabfall, John Ackerman had 10, and Justin Long had 4. Big difference in that first half, Jim. I think number 1, New London went to the free throw times, scoring 14 of their points from the free throws, and the Royals just started off very slow.
Right, Tony. I think the game was opposites. The first quarter was all New London. The second quarter was mostly Wynford. So they come out almost tied at halftime here.
Now Sunderman will start it up for the Wildcats to Justin Long, back to Mark Sunderman, left side to Mike Sunderman. And a little bit more intensity on the face of the Royals. McGuire with it, coast to coast.
Royals that time start out with 2-3 zone. Now they're putting just a mild pressure on the Wildcats. They're dropping back now to a normal 2-3 zone.
47-43, the Royals lead by 4. Just underway here in the second half. And a nice turnaround in the paint by Mike Abfall. He's got 9. 47-45. Abfall with 3 fouls in the first half, as well as Shane Grove for Wynford.
Tony, do you think these two teams can keep up this pace the second half?
We'll find out, Jim. McGuire to Rodney Noblet. From the corner, it's off to Mark Crosso. Strong offensive rebound, back up and in. Since the second quarter, Phil Crosso has just about had his way inside against the Wildcats, who are a much smaller ball club. Long to Abfall, missed the shot, but Gregory's going to get whistled for the foul.
That could be his third personal, too, is there? Only 2?
I believe it's a second. We'll wait and see when they post it up. Oh, it is his third. So now Gregory and Grover with 3 fouls each. So Ray Greenick will come off the bench and hustle into the ball game as Mike Abfall goes to the free throw line shooting 2. He's got 9 points already in this ball game.
I think the key here is now, Tony, how long Crosso can play without picking up his third personal.
Abfall makes them both 49-47. 2-point lead for the Royals, 6:40 and counting in the third quarter. McGuire, Matt Johnson with it. Back to Mack, penetrates inside, and a soft touch for McGuire gives him 2 more.
He's got his second win now, Tony. He had 10 minutes, we said, break at halftime. Helped him a lot.
Long from way outside. That's off the mark. Crosso and Noblet convert for the rebound. It's Noblet who controls it. Chance for the Royals to go up by 6. Almost turned over there. McGuire from 17. You count that one. Mack is starting to heat up. He's got 6 in the third quarter, 18 for the ball game. Now Mark Sunderman nearly lost it. There's Avfall. Bad shot. Well, check that. That was John Ackerman. Here come the Royals on the run.
I think
Timeout, New London.
Coach Iowa has to take a timeout.
It's the last 6 points, and the Royals open up a big lead. 55-47. We'll be back. Welcome back to Willard High School. McGuire has 8 points in his third quarter, and the Royals have opened up an 8-point lead. Let's see what kind of adjustments the Wildcats make. They have the ball. Mike Sunderman. Sunderman had 13 points in that first half. There's Mark Sunderman. Trapped. Oh, nice ball movement, but somebody wasn't there to get the pass from John Ackerman. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it was touched by the Royals. Well, I tell you what, Jim, it has certainly gone New London's way in terms of the officiating. Sunderman with a short jumper for 2. Mark Sunderman's got 7. 55-49. 6-point lead for the Royals. McGuire over Sunderman, had to alter his shot, and it's controlled by Justin.
That time Mike got by with a little shuffle of his feet, too.
Greenick with the rebound, lost it, and there's Justin back to Mark Sunderman, tried to go inside the paint. Avfall had it stripped away by Matt Johnson. The 4-on-2, pulls up himself and hits the jumper. 57-49. Avfall back the other way, found the seam in the defense and got the 2.
London is doing a good job of hitting the middle of the Royals defense now. Appears to be a little hole in there.
Greenick is going to get called for the walk. 57-51, Royals with a 6-point lead. 4.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Mark Sunderman on the right wing, back to Justin Long, to Mike Sunderman. He thought about pulling that 3. Mark Sunderman, Justin Long, he'll pull up for the 3, and he knocks it home.
3-point basket by Justin Long.
Long's got 7.
Like so many games we've seen this year, Tony, this game seems a game of splurts.
Last touch by the Wildcats, as Ray Greenick couldn't find a handle on that pass. That's twice that's happened. And now Steve Gray is going to check in for the Royals. Matt Johnson will inbound it to Crosso. McGuire, Rodney Noblet, nice pass down low. Basket will count. Mike Sunderman with the foul. Crosso will go to the line for a 3-point play opportunity. Good pass by Rodney Noblet.
That's right. Looks like the Royals have a little shorter lineup now, but maybe just a little quicker.
Basket is no good.
Oh, yeah, the basket is good.
Now the basket
PA
is
announcer
good.
said it wasn't. You got a rousing boo.
You know, Tony, I've thought about that. That's a good way to start a riot.
Crosso misses a free throw, so it's 59-54. Wildcats. Mark Sunderman bounced around off the leg of McGuire. He's got it. Misses a shot, but he'll go to the free throw line shooting 2 as Mark Sunderman commits the foul.
A good follow through by McGuire that time. He knew he was being fouled, so he threw the ball up anyway. You know, the Wildcats are using a lot of bounce passes tonight. You don't see too many teams use that many bounce passes, but they're doing a good job of it.
Mike McGuire will shoot 2.
Mack with 20 points. Left
that one short, Tony. Sometimes that's a sign of being just a little tired.
Hits the front of the iron. Phil Crossley comes out. Shane Grove comes in. Shane with 3 fouls.
Good substitution by Coach Sheldon now because Crosso still only has 2 personals.
McGuire splits the pair, gives him 21. 60 to 54.
I was going to say, I believe the scoreboard was off. They had 68-54.
I'm sure Royals fans wouldn't mind. Now the passing game by the Wildcats against that 2-3 zone. Sunderman to Mark Sunderman. Try to bounce it inside, and he does. And Ackerman couldn't get it to go. Here comes a 3-on-1 break. Pass to the right side. There's Rodney Nobles for 2. McGuire with the assist.
Great bounce pass that time by Mike McGuire to Noblet.
62-54, 8-point lead for Wynford. Now Sunderman tries to answer back for 3. Grover with a rebound. Here comes Noblet. Left side to Johnson. Misses it. Grover with a follow-up. Counted for 2.
The Royals are doing a good job in their running game, and it's exactly the way they like to play ball. Up-tempo game.
Fast breaking the Cats. They're leading by 10. Sunderman misses a jumper. Oh, and there's Long. He's got the easy follow-up.
By Justin Long.
Long's got 9. McGuire spins around, hangs it up, and will go to the free throw line shooting 2 as he misses a shot. Phil Crossley comes back in for Steve Gray.
Last foul was on number 22, John Ackerman, his second 13th foul.
Now we should see the starting 5 for the Royals out there now. They've had to do a lot of substitutions tonight because of personal foul trouble.
Mack makes them both. Gives them 23, and it's 66 to 56, a 10-point lead for the Royals. Mike Sunderman with it, tries to go inside, he does. And Abfall's shot won't go, but Long chases it down. Abcock, oh, a nice play. Good ball movement by the Wildcats that time. Ackerman to Abfall for 2 more, 66-58.
And we'll see if the Royals take the air out of the ball just for a little bit.
They lob down low to Crosso, missed the shot. Grove misses that one, gets it again. That won't go. We got a foul, and it's going to be on Long.
Crosso and Grove are now starting to pound the boards a little bit harder, starting to show up in the scoreboard.
Well, should they advance on, they will definitely need to pound the boards against a huge Huron Tigers team.
Right, with the likes of Jim Springer and Wells and so on, 6'8", 6'5", they'll have to take good position on them.
Shane with his 5th point of the ball game. And he sinks them both. 67 to 58. Now Steve Gray comes in for Shane Grove with 1:51 remaining. Coach doesn't want him to pick up his 4th. Sunderman to Long. Back to Mark Sunderman. Long over Gray, misses a shot. We got a foul on Mike McGuire. Got a little jump start on the break as he shoved off on Abfall. That'll be a number 3 on Mack.
Foul is on Mike McGuire, his 3rd.
It's only the 2nd team foul, however, on the Royals in the second half.
Coach Sheldon not taking any chances with McGuire. Now he's pulling him out.
Ray Greenick comes in. Sunderman in the lane, misses a shot. We got a foul away from the ball. Who's it on this time?
I believe Steve Gray.
And it is going to be on Steve Gray. We've got 3 Royals in foul trouble with 3 apiece. Mike McGuire, Shane Grove, and Rob Gregory. Now the Wildcats continue to hang in there. There's a 3-pointer by John Ackerman. He's got 13 in the ballgame. 67-61. Greenick is hammered in the lane by Mike Sunderman. (68-61). Clock is stopped with 1:16 remaining in the third. That's a 15 foul on the Wildcats. So from here on out, Royals will be going to the free throw line.
To the free throw line for 2 shots.
Might be a good time the last minute, next time the Royals come down the floor, to take a little air out of the basketball.
Spoken like a true coach. Greenick has 3, all coming from the free throw line. Misses that one, but Steve Gray puts it back up and in.
Basket by Steve Gray.
10-point lead for Wynford. Sunderman for 3. He's got it.
3-point basket by Mike Sunderman.
He's also got his average, 16, 71-64. And
See if the Royals go into a 4-corner now against New London's zone. Looks like they will.
Milk the clock, try to get that final shot.
Good strategy here with Grove and especially McGuire on the bench. They've got the lead. They need to keep it. New London can't score as long as the Royals have the basketball.
Matt Johnson to Roddy Noblet. Steve Gray with it. Back in the hands of Roddy Noblet. 16 seconds. They'll start the action now. Down to 10. They free up Roddy Noblet. And they're going to call him for the walk. So with 7 seconds left, New London will get an opportunity to get off the last second shot. And Copley comes in for the final 7.
Royals need to play good D now on Sunderman.
They pick him up. Dribbles down the floor. Fires up a 3-pointer. It's off the mark. Johnson for 3/4. It's off the mark as the buzzer sounds, ending 3/4 of play here in this Division III District Semifinal Championship game, in which the Wynford Royals hold a 7-point lead, 71-64. And Jim and I will be back after we take this timeout. High School, the final 8 minutes of regulation for the Wynford Royals and New London Wildcats. The Royals with a 7-point lead and the ball. After 3/4, here's the scoring. Mike McGuire has 23, Roddy Noblet 14, Phil Crosso 15. 3 players in double figures for Wynford. For New London, Mike Sunderman has 16, 15 for Mike Abfall, and 13 for John Ackerman. Johnson to Roddy Noblet. Cross court to McGuire. Off the glass and in. Boy, he did a nice job of hanging that time.
Yes,
Jim.
he did. I think that 2.5-minute rest is really going to help him down the end of the last quarter here.
73-64. McGuire now with 25 points, and this hasn't really been his best game. 3-point attempt is partially blocked. That was Ackerman who put that one up. Johnson with it. McGuire back to Matt from 16. Hits the rim. Grover keeps it alive. Off the glass, no good. Tipped around. Grover will get another shot. That won't go. We got a jump ball situation. It'll go to New London according to the possession arrow. New London trailing by a 73-64 count. Abfall left alone in the paint. He's got the turnaround. 17 points for Mike Abfall. 73-66. McGuire from the corner to Roddy Noblet. Penetrates, and he draws a foul. That'll be on number 10, Brad Copley. So Rodney Noblet will go to the free throw line, shooting 2. Rodney with 14 points on the night.
fouls on Brad Copley, his second.
Rodney sinks them both, gives them 16, 75-66, back to a 9-point lead for Wynford. Less than 6.5 minutes to play in the fourth. Ackerman to Mark Sunderman, back to brother Mike for three. He's got it.
3-point basket by Mike
Sunderman has an excellent range. He can shoot the three-pointer anytime he wants to.
McGuire double teamed along the baseline, kicks it back. Nice pass. Matt Johnson to Shane Grove for two.
Great assist that time by Matt Johnson. Shane Grove was wide open.
Mike Sunderman, brother Mark will put up another three-pointer. No good. Grover controls the rebound. Matt Johnson pushes it up the floor, right side to Rodney Noblet. Off the glass, won't go. McGuire had the rebound and he is fouled. They're going to call that one on number 42, Rex Stover.
Time McGuire got good inside position.
It'll be a 1-and-1 for Mac.
Rex Stover is first. Mike McGuire to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1.
McGuire makes them both. Back to a 10-point lead. Inside, and a foul on Crosso. That's number 3. Strong move by Mike Abfall. He'll go to the line shooting 2.
Crosso almost had to foul him that time as he was wide open.
Crosso, his third.
Now both teams have 2 timeouts yet. We'll see if they need to use them here in the last 5.5 minutes of the ball game.
Abfall can only split the pair, 79-70. Well, Jim, since it was 22-7 early in the first quarter, the Royals have outscored New London 72-48 now. That's a big difference. Crosso, short jumper, it's good. Phil with 17. 81-70, an 11-point lead for the Royals. 5 minutes remaining.
Probably this is one of Phil Crosso's highest offensive performances of the year.
I believe at one time this season he had 19, so closing in on it. New London with it. Mark Sunderman. He's playing the passing game. And a foul underneath on McGuire. That's number 4. That will put Mike Abfall back at the free throw line.
Well, if that was on McGuire, if that's his 4th, and that'd be the first time I think he's got 4 personals on him in a game this year.
Well, there's a break. They called Shane Grove for that foul. So Mac doesn't get it, but Grover will pick up his 4th. And then I don't know where they got. Oh, well.
It looked like it was between Crosso and McGuire, really.
Abfall once again splits the pair. 81-71, still a 10-point lead for the Royals. McGuire now at the point to Rodney Noblet. That 3-2 has come way out on him. And a steal by Mark Sunderman. He picked his pocket, then goes coast to coast for the lay-in. 81-73. The Cats are back to within 3, or 8, I should say. That's out of bounds off the foot of Ackerman.
Plenty of time left for both teams.
McGuire, soft touch from the free throw line. 83-73, 10-point lead, 4 minutes remaining. Long to Mike Sunderman. Mark Sunderman inside to Ackerman. Good ball movement again to Abfall.
Wildcats do as good a job as anybody we've seen this year in passing the ball under the basket.
For a team that doesn't have a lot of size, they sure do play well inside the paint. 83-75, an 8-point ball game. Johnson, Rodney Novlet, just inside the 3, misses it. Grover tries to follow up, that won't go. McGuire's got it now. Misses the basket, but he draws a foul. It was on number 34, Justin Long.
Foul on Justin Long, his third. Mike McGuire to the free throw line for 2 shots.
He's going to shoot a pair here, and Tony, we might have a second. We might mention heading into Saturday night's championship game, then there'll only be 32 teams left in each division, and from there on in, then into the Sweet 16.
That's where you find some excellent basketball. A lot of times the district tournaments are some of the most exciting.
That's right, especially in your district finals.
McGuire with 31 points. Ackerman nearly stolen away to Abfall. No 3-second call, but they'll get 2 out of it. Boy, he spent a lot of time watching that paint dry.
I think the reason for it is he didn't have control of the basketball.
McGuire misses from 3. And a foul in the backcourt on Matt Johnson. So we'll make the long trip to the other end of the floor.
Sure, Coach Sheldon hated to see that foul because it'll stop the clock now. What the Royals would like to do now is to keep the clock running.
Plus it puts Mike Sunderman, an excellent free throw shooter, at the line.
Free throw line to shoot 1 and 1.
Sunderman 5 for 6 from the free throw line so far in tonight's ball game. But he misses the front end.
That was a big break for the Royals, our Tony. Now let's see if they kind of move the ball around a little bit here.
McGuire showing us his ball handling skills. Nice pass down low to Shane Groves.
Big basket for the Royals that time.
87-77, Sunderman to Mark Sunderman. Abfall, blocked by Crosso. He grabs the rebound. McGuire fouled in the backcourt by Ackerman. He'll go to the free throw line.
Tony, if he can make at least one of these 2 free throws, could pretty well send the Royals into the district championship Saturday night.
We still have 2.5 minutes to play, Jim. A lot of strange things have happened, but I would tend to agree with you. But what's the old saying? It ain't over till the fat lady sings.
Or as Yogi Berra says, it ain't over till it's over.
Well, you got to believe Coach Rob Sheldon feels a little bit more comfortable at this point in the ballgame than he did at the 3-minute mark of the first quarter.
And there's no doubt about that. I think I even saw him make a half smile here a little while ago.
Well, as we said before, this tournament experience by the Royals, many teams would have folded, trailing by that many points, but Wynford just hammered away and stayed into the ballgame. Sunderman with a 3-pointer. He's got 22.
Probably try to turn McGuire loose and bring the ball up the floor and shoot foul shots from here on out now.
Grove, number 5, will say goodnight.
Foul is on Shane Grove. That is number 5.
Shane Grove says goodnight. He's got 10. (89-80), and back the other way. Mike Abfall will be at the free throw line now. Rob Gregory, who has 3 fouls, is back into the ball game.
Mike Apple to the line to shoot 1-1.
But again, New London misses on their front ends.
It's really hurting the Wildcats here in the last couple of minutes.
A team that shot so well in the first half. Rodney Noblet with it. McGuire.
See if they go in the four corner now. There's no need for them to take any shots now unless it's a lay-in.
McGuire, as Rodney Noblet gets out of the trap. Crosso back out to McGuire. And he's putting on a clinic here on how to kill the clock. A minute and a half. They're going to have to foul. Mack with it. Justin fouls him. Justin Long with a reach. That'll put McGuire at the free throw line for 1-1.
The Royals did a good job of milking the clock that time. If I saw the scoreboard right, I think it counted 50 seconds ticked off there, and that certainly should help them now.
With a minute and a half remaining and a 9-point lead, if Mack can sink both of these, I would say it would be a pretty comfortable margin. Second one rolls around and comes out 90-80. High-scoring ball game. Sunderman to Mark Sunderman for three. Hits the rim. Kept alive by Justin Long. That won't go. Battle for the loose ball. Controlled by Crosso. Into the hands of Rodney Noblet. And he is fouled in the backcourt. He'll go to the free throw line with 1:12 on the clock. Wynford a 90-80 lead.
Foul on Mike Apple, his fourth. Brad Copley into the game for New London.
Well, you got to give the Cats a lot of credit, Jim. They hung tough against the Royals.
Yes, they did. They played very, very well. I believe their team speed really helped them the first half.
I think the close ball game will help the Royals, too, going in against Huron.
Oh, no doubt about it. They've had a couple of easy games here in the sectional tournament. This should certainly help them. They'll have a height disadvantage against the Huron team then come Saturday night.
Jim, if you look back to what happened last year, it's basically the same team on the floor with the exception of Phil Gebhardt.
Back in the game for New London.
And for Huron, they lost Mike Hurst. They're all state guard. And you're right, though, Jim Springer, the 6'7" senior, is playing very good basketball. Timeout for New London after the three-pointer. 92-83, a minute left in this ball game. Jim and I will be back.
I appreciate the...
Get a good shot of Rob Sheldon and the Royals. They break the huddle. 92-83 with a minute and 3 remaining on the clock. We'll probably see full court man-to-man pressure here, I would assume, by the Wildcats. Who do you follow? McGuire with a nice move. And there's a reach on Sunderman. So Mack will go to the free throw line. We can get a good shot over in the corner there, David, and tighten in a little bit. You'll see Walter Wilson along with Phil Gebhardt. Walter played here, and there's Phil Gebhardt sitting down. He played for Wynford last year, those two playing for Malone University, who unfortunately were knocked off by Tiffin University in the NAIA District 22 tournament.
I believe that was their second loss to Tiffin University.
Back-to-back. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Malone won the Mid-Ohio Conference this year, but it's an early exit for them because Tiffin University beats them. So Gebhardt and Walter Wilson were freshmen on that team. Both saw considerable playing time.
Yeah, I'll probably see New London fire up some three-point attempts if at all possible.
There's one of them. Long keeps it alive. Battle for the rebound, controlled by Crosso. Dribbles up the floor, left side, Johnson saved. He almost went out of bounds. McGuire to Rodney Noblet. It's academic now. The Royals are going to be coming back Saturday night And Jim, you and I will be here as well to call that ball game in a rematch of last year's district championship game from Ashland College. This time the scenery will be a little bit different as we bring it to you from Willard High School.
And I anticipate the game Saturday night will be much, much closer than was last year's contest, because last year's contest kind of ended up in a blowout, if my memory serves me correctly, something like 70-44, but I may not be right on the exact score.
You're close, and you're right. That was probably the Royals' best tournament game last year against Huron. Sunderman fires up the three. It's off the mark. Matt Johnson will chase it down and dribble around and get into the hands of McGuire. To Rodney Noblet. 14 seconds. And a foul on Long as Rodney Noblet will go to the free throw line.
Foul is on Justin Long.
Imagine some of the coaches may empty their benches a little bit now in the last 13 seconds. Looks like New London, Coach Tom Eibel is going to put in 5 new ones.
There comes Crosso out of the ball game for Wynford.
So Crosso had a whale of a game for the Royals tonight. He really came through in the second half.
And in that second quarter. And Rob Sheldon's going to clean his bench too, with the exception of Roddy Noblet, who is at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Rodney's got 5 points in the fourth quarter, all coming from the free throw line. Chance to make it 6 here. And he does. 20 points for Rodney Noblet on the night. 17 for Phil Crosso. 10 for Shane Grove. 36 for Mike McGuire. Three-pointer rolls around and comes out. Steve Gray keeps it alive. It's over. The Wynford Royals come away victoriously, 96-83, a high-scoring ball game. They'll be back Saturday night to meet up with the Huron Tigers in the district championship game. The Tigers winners tonight over Ontario in the opener, 84-69. We'll tally up the numbers, and we'll be back after this timeout.
Saturday night at 7:30.
What?
Unbeatable Bills TV.
District semifinal action in Division III, and a good one for the Royals, 96-83. That makes them 14-2 over the last 3 years in tournaments, and that's a pretty good record there, Jim. Final numbers tonight look like this. Mike McGuire, 36 points, 24 of those coming in the second half. Roddy Noblet, 20 points. Phil Crosso, 17. 10 points for Shane Grove. Matt Johnson had 6. Gregory, Gray, and Greenick, 2-2-3. For the New London Wildcats, who end their season 17-6. 22 points for Mike Sunderman, 12 for Mark Sunderman, 4 for Brad Copley. Mike Appball had 23. John Ackerman, 13. And Justin Long dropped in 9 points. As the Wildcats, as I said, they bow out of tournament play 17-6. The Royals now 21-2, advancing to the district championship game against the Huron Tigers, who were victorious tonight in the opener over Ontario, 84-69. And as you said, Jim, should be a much closer ball game than what we saw last year in the district championship game.
Yes, I think Huron definitely has improved this year, especially what we saw tonight in the form of Jim Springer. And they're very, very, very physical on the boards.
Well, the one thing I'm curious about is, are they going to be able to get him the ball? Last year he touched the ball very little. I believe scored only 6 or 7 points.
That's right. The Royals did a good job of pushing him out. They played a man in front of him, and I think that's what you have to do. And I'm sure Coach Sheldon talked with him today, and they're going to be working on, late tonight on the defense to set up. And I'm sure that they'll be placing a man in front of him like last year, so that they can't get the ball to him, and then also bringing a man over in behind him then. So they'll have their work cut out for them.
Well, Jim, they say history never repeats itself, but the start of this ball game was very similar to the ball game last year when they opened up with Edison. Edison jumped out to a quick lead, and the Royals dug themselves a hole tonight, a big one. They were down by 24-9 at one point in the first quarter, and just stormed back to regain the lead, and from there it was all Wynford. As I made a statement, they outscored them at one point 72-48.
Well, I think there were a couple of reasons for that, Tony. I think the Wildcats came out with greater intensity the first quarter especially, and I don't like to make excuses, but also I think Mike McGuire was a little flat from the flu bug, and I know Coach Sheldon had to rest him a couple of times there. And after they got their act together, then their offense flowed very efficiently the last three quarters. But I will say this, they're going to have to shore up, I believe, their defense somewhat come Saturday night. I don't think they'll be able to give up 80-some points to a good Huron team.
Or they may not score that many points against a good Huron team as well. So it's going to be a great one, and we're looking forward to it, and I hope you can tune in with us for that ball game. And if you can't make it out here, of course that is. Final score tonight, once again, it is Wynford moving on 96-83. Congratulations to the Royals. We'll be back Saturday night. Tip-off time is 7:30. They'll take on the Huron Tigers for the Division III District Championship from Willard High School. So for our cameraman tonight, Dave Evans, nice job, Dave. And Jim Bauer, I'm Tony Santana saying so long from Willard High School.
Okay. There's more high school basketball action coming your way on your local Sports Connection TV 54. We'll be right back after these important messages.